A person's zip code shouldn't determine their educational destiny. I'm Tim DeRoche. I'm the author of A Fine Line: How Most American Kids Are Kept Out of the Best Public Schools. The book is really about these policies that assign children to schools based on where they live. And specifically, I'm shining a light on attendance zones, which are the lines drawn by a district that determine who goes to which school and who gets preferential enrollment at the best public schools.
To me, this book goes to really the essence, the heart of what I saw as a policymaker, as a legislator in Sacramento. It helps us to connect the dots. This is a very exciting hearing for the Senate Education Committee. I'm retired California State Senator Gloria Romero. I was actually the very first woman to ever achieve the leadership position, being elected to be the majority leader. And also I was on the Education Committee for most of the 14 years that I served.
Gloria Romero is a hero of mine. I was so honored when she agreed to write the afterword to the book. She fought for kids when she was in the Senate. She was always willing to speak truth to power.
Is it right to have these artificial lines drawn by some unidentified bureaucrat that this is the front door through which you can enter, or this is a door that says closed and you must go elsewhere?
Most people have heard of district boundaries, legislatively determined boundaries of a school district. But what plays an outsized role in most American families' lives are these attendance zones, which are the lines drawn by the district staff showing which kids are directed to which schools. And these lines really only have meaning for the best schools. It keeps the population of that school separate from the broader community of the district.
These lines have existed for decades in our state, in our nation, and it's about time that there is a spotlight on these little fine lines that people never see, but really become determinants of who gets a high-quality education and who's prevented.
Redlining was a practice during the 1930s, during the New Deal era. The government drew these maps showing who was or wasn't eligible for federal housing assistance. And so they would shade certain areas of the city green or blue, meaning that those areas were desirable and those people could get housing assistance. And then they shaded other areas of the city red or yellow, and those areas were not eligible for housing assistance. The government used the map to discriminate against people who lived in those areas. And what we found was that in many cases, the outline of the attendance zone kind of mirrors the shape of the desirable area from the redlining map from 80 years ago. This is really something that happens across the country.
I believe that when readers pick up this book, that they will have this aha moment. There's so much that needs to be done to really change the system. But the first one is awareness.
You can talk to parents of all different income levels who've had their lives affected by these policies. Poor minority parents who've been excluded from these elite public schools in the cities. Middle income parents who had to sell the home where they raised their kids. Wealthy parents in Malibu who've paid a friend for their utility bill. It's really extraordinary the lengths that people will go to navigate these policies.
Have the courage to read this book and to understand that this is an opportunity. It's long past time to erase those lines. It's long past time to recognize them and dismantle them the same way we've taken on political gerrymandering and banking redlining. We've got to take on education redlining for every family that wants to have access to the American dream.